Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Gypsy, a middle-aged woman on the cusp of a major life transition. Despite her current occupation as a burlesque dancer, she harbors aspirations of becoming a published author, pouring her heart and soul into a manuscript that she hopes will mark a new chapter in her life. The realities of her aging body and a growing disillusionment with her current profession drive her desire to leave it behind and embrace her true passion for writing. In the midst of her solitary existence, Gypsy finds unexpected companionship in her young neighbor, Sam, and his faithful dog, Moses. Their budding friendship offers a glimmer of warmth and connection in Gypsy's otherwise solitary world. However, their bond is soon tested when Sam's family becomes entangled in a dangerous web of criminal intrigue. When Ralph, Sam's desperate neighbor, reaches out to Gypsy for help, she is thrust into a perilous situation she never saw coming. Ralph, having stolen a significant sum of money from a local criminal figure, Jack, finds himself and his loved ones targeted for retribution. In a frantic bid to save his family, Ralph turns to Gypsy, believing her to be the only person capable of reaching Jack and negotiating a resolution. As chaos unfolds and violence erupts, Sam finds himself thrust into the heart of the danger. With his family brutally taken from him, he turns to Gypsy for refuge and protection. Though initially reluctant to get involved, she realizes she is Sam's only hope for survival, in the face of Jack's pursuit. With no time to spare, she makes the bold decision to flee with Sam, Moses in tow, embarking on a harrowing journey to escape Jack's reach. As they leave behind the familiarity of their neighborhood and venture into the unknown, she is forced to confront her own demons, and reckon with the past she thought she'd left behind. Together, they navigate a treacherous landscape fraught with danger and uncertainty, bound together by the shared determination to outrun their pursuers, and carve out a new future for themselves. Along the way, they form an unlikely family, forged in the crucible of adversity, finding strength and resilience in each other, as they strive to leave their troubled pasts behind, the promise of a better tomorrow. Gypsy's plan to ensure Sam's safety is to deliver him to his uncle, a rabbi at a distant synagogue in the city. However, upon arriving, she discovers that the uncle has been estranged from his brother, Sam's father. Despite the uncle's willingness to take the boy in, he requests time to prepare for this sudden change in his life. Frustrated by what she sees as an inadequate response to Sam's urgent need for stability, she confronts the uncle, insisting the boy deserves immediate care and stability. Determined to fulfill her promise, she resolves to leave him at the uncle's doorstep, regardless of the uncle's hesitations. During their journey, they stop at a hotel, where she grapples with the reality of having a chatty attention-seeking child in her solitary life. Sam's lively presence challenges her quiet existence, yet she begins to understand the depth of his need for love and affection. Having lost everyone he knew in one swift stroke of fate, Sam clings to his dog and the neighbor. As they travel, Gypsy also uncovers Sam's surprising talent for cryptocurrency trading, a skill far beyond his years. Yet his youthful arrogance leads to clashes with Gypsy, though he always manages to find his way back to her good graces, with a mix of apology and charm. Meanwhile, Gypsy remains vigilant against the looming threat of Jack's men, who have been tailing her every move. When confronted by these dangerous individuals, she skillfully deceives them, protecting the boy. Realizing she must outmaneuver Jack himself, she decides to confront him directly. She visits Jack under the guise of offering him the neighbor's dog, as a peace offering. In a tense reunion, Jack confesses that she has always been the love of his life, despite past betrayals and infidelities. However, she sees through his manipulations, refusing to be drawn back into his dangerous world. Despite her efforts to reason with him, and convince him to leave Sam alone, she soon discovers her ex-boyfriend has placed a tracker on her car. Jack's suspicion grows, and the threat to Sam intensifies as they race against time to evade capture. With danger closing in from all sides, Gypsy and Sam form an unlikely bond forged in adversity. Together, they navigate a perilous journey, filled with twists and turns, determined to outrun Jack's reach and find sanctuary. As they confront their pasts and fears, they discover strength within themselves and each other. As they narrowly evade capture at the hotel's parking lot, they employ a clever ruse to mislead the gang men, ditching the tracker on an unsuspecting vehicle, throwing their pursuers off their trail. Gypsy, ever resourceful, seizes an opportunity to steal a car, using it as a decoy to further confuse the captors. Despite their efforts, the gang men, aided by the corrupt police force, manage to locate the semi-truck. To their astonishment, Gypsy and Sam discover an unexpected passenger, Tasmin, who had been sleeping in the stolen car, and claims it as her own. Seizing the opportunity, Gypsy persuades Tasmin to join forces with them, enlisting her aid in their desperate bid for freedom. As they journey together, The trio forms an unlikely alliance. Their journey is fraught with peril as Gypsy faces increasingly dire threats from Jack, who manipulates the authorities into believing Sam is a missing child. With Tasmin's assistance, they narrowly evade capture once more, but the danger only escalates as they draw closer to their destination. Arriving in Cascade, Gypsy seeks refuge with her trusted friend Lacey, who offers sanctuary to the weary travelers. While Gypsy enlists Tasmin's help in retrieving a hidden stash of money from a grave, Jack closes in on their location. In a heart-stopping confrontation at the graveyard, Gypsy is forced to confront her past with Jack, as Tasmin flees in fear. Miraculously evading capture, Gypsy finds refuge in a concrete casket, while Lacey provides solace to Sam and Moses on the other side. As dawn breaks, Gypsy and Sam reunite, the final leg of their journey. With Moses entrusted to Lacey's care, they set out once more, their resolve unshaken, as they press onwards towards safety, and a chance at a new beginning. Their bond deepens, though Gypsy is often exasperated by Sam's youthful antics, and the burden of responsibility he represents. She also finds unexpected solace in his company. Despite his tender age, he displays a surprising maturity, perceiving the underlying loneliness and abandonment that she carries with her. Through their shared vulnerability, she gradually opens up to him about her own painful past. She reveals the harrowing tale of being coerced by a college professor, a trauma that resulted in the birth of a son, that she tragically lost in a car accident. The weight of this loss hangs heavily on her, and she admits to feeling ill-equipped to handle the presence of children, as they serve as reminders of her own profound grief and failure. Meanwhile, the danger surrounding them intensifies, as Jack and his ruthless men close in on their trail. Tasmin finds herself cornered by Jack's men, forced to divulge information about Gypsy's whereabouts. In desperation and fear, she reveals Lacey's house as their refuge, hoping to spare herself from further harm. Jack, however, remains absent from the confrontation, returning instead to his ambitious lover, Lisa, who urges him to pursue a career in politics. As the men descend upon Lacey's home, they are met with unexpected resistance. Lacey, prepared for such a confrontation, unleashes the full force of her protective instincts, wielding a lethal shotgun against the intruders. The clash turns deadly, with one of the men meeting his end. Amidst the chaos, Gypsy grapples with her own moral reckoning. She advises Sam to return the stolen money that his father had taken, recognizing that there is no escape from the cycle of crime and its consequences. Calling Jack once more, she pleads for mercy, promising that Sam will return the ill-gotten gains, in exchange for safety. True to his word, Sam relinquishes the money, a symbolic gesture of repentance, and a bid for a clean slate. Together, Gypsy and Sam finally arrive at the rabbi's synagogue, seeking refuge and perhaps a chance at redemption. Within the walls of the synagogue, they listen to a sermon on repentance, stirring something within Gypsy's heart. Moved by the message, she comes to a profound realization. She decides against leaving Sam behind, recognizing that he has become an integral part of her life. In a poignant moment of acceptance and newfound purpose, she embraces the role of protector and caregiver, choosing to keep him by her side, as they face the uncertain road ahead. As they emerge from the synagogue, their newfound hope is shattered by the arrival of two of Jack's henchmen. These hired guns, driven by the promise of greater rewards from ambitious Lisa, ruthlessly gun down Gypsy, with the fatal shot delivered by Lisa herself, consumed by jealousy. In a last act of defiance, Gypsy manages to take down her assailants, ensuring Sam's safety even in her final moments. The traumatic scene leaves him reeling, his desperate cries echoing in the aftermath. Miraculously, against all odds, Gypsy defies death itself, awakening weeks later in a hospital bed. Her unwavering determination, perhaps fueled by her own belief that she possesses 9 lives like a resilient cat, have pulled her back from the brink. Sam, overjoyed at her recovery, stands by her side, steadfast in his loyalty and devotion. In a surprising twist, he reveals himself to be her son to the bewildered doctors, a revelation that speaks to the unbreakable bond between them. Even in the face of adversity, his cunning and resourcefulness shine through. He divulges his ingenious plan to sabotage Jack's ill-gotten gains, ensuring that the stolen money is diverted to a charitable cause, through a cleverly implanted virus in the transaction. With the fortune secured, they embark on a journey of healing and redemption. Gypsy, once again on her feet, uses a portion of their saved funds to purchase a new vehicle, a renewed sense of freedom. As they drive into the horizon, the scars of their past fading into the distance, they find solace in each other's company. Despite the looming threat of Jack's vengeance, they face the future with unwavering resolve, knowing that together they can overcome any obstacle that comes their way. Their shared journey, marked by sacrifice and ultimately love, serves as a testament to the power of human connection. and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.